Welcome to the Bad Movie Night Podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bad Movie Night Podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight Spiv is dressed like a goth girl from like Teen Sabrina
This is
the
green.
Teenage
It's
Witch
green.
TV show or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Where they wear like the doilies on the neck now, like that's a whole thing.
The Netflix version
Wednesday?
of Sabrina.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like those goth girls that wear like the black dress and has like a doily on it.
collar.
It's a collar.
It's a doily though. It's doily inspired.
I could
It's a
get
dickie.
it real loose.
Anyways,
It's a dickie. I had a coworker who wore dickies.
tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We are diving into the Patreon pick that is pro wrestlers versus zombies. God, that new metal. I'll tell you what, that was...
Right?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of it.
That
There was
hit-
a lot of
That
it.
one band, there was like a whole album of songs on here.
Oh, some of them were so bad in like the most perfect way. They just hit my soul, and it felt right. You know what I'm talking about when I say that,
I
Spiff?
like the new metal cover of, what was it, Amazing Grace?
I didn't even hear it because
Oh,
at
I
some
missed
point,
that.
at some point in this movie, my brain
boy.
completely died, and I don't even know what happened anymore.
Turned
We'll
off
get
to
there.
save yourself.
We're gonna get into it. Couple things happened this past week, guys. Exciting things.
Oh.
Yeah.
I watched Fury Road.
Ooh.
Not Furiosa?
Not Furiosa. That's not out yet. I watched Fury Road,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm trying to do a podcast here, goddamn. And then I watched Mad Max: The Road Warrior.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
And
No
man,
contest,
no
right?
contest
Yeah.
at all. Road Warrior, way better. I do like Fury Road, but that's tangentially related to what we're talking about tonight, if you think about it. Insofar
If
as that I
Mel
watched...
Gibson were a wrestler. Yeah.
No, I was thinking Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke played the wrestler. Mel Gibson looks like he could have wrestled. At one point, he got kind of beefy looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 90s era Mel Gibson.
Like, and then push back past that where he looks like he's dripping with alcohol sweat, like a lot of the guys in this movie and stuff like that, and a bloat
Yeah,
that
was
only
the,
comes.
what was that movie called? Payback or something?
No, Payback's great. You're thinking of Get the Gringo, maybe one of those.
There
Like,
was one where he played like a father of
Oh,
some
that's it.
girl,
Yeah.
estranged,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I need help. These
And
drug
he's-
dealers are after me." And he's like, "Okay." And he
he's
goes
like, I
after
only
him.
wear my wife beater shirts for this movie, and you could just smell the sweat. It was a great movie. And then we had a snowstorm here.
We did.
You guys had snow finally?
Yeah.
We did. We got 3 inches.
3 inches
Oh,
of snow.
Jesus.
It's
That's
still
it.
there.
I feel like I got more.
Oh,
up
did you
here.
get more? Yeah, we got maybe 4, but it was...
And then at some
But
point,
we've got
like,
another one coming.
Yeah, it's Friday.
oh, that's fucking bullshit. I ain't got no time for that. I got things to do.
It was 11 degrees this morning.
Was it really?
My thermometer, yeah.
We had
That's
a
warm.
delay.
I know that's nothing compared to what Iowa was at, but
That's warm.
Did you participate in the caucus?
No, I did not.
you didn't caucus for Trump?
I don't caucus. Never caucus. I don't think I'm registered as anything, anyways.
I'm a big caucus. Or
would you say
caucus
you
any
like
day.
the caucus?
I love the caucus.
I hate that Iowa is first because they're here for like a fucking year. They're all here so much for a year leading
Lindsay.
up to it, and then they ignore us for the rest of the election.
Because it's
And
like 8 electoral votes. It's
Somebody
really not
take it.
much.
Somebody take it from us, please. I don't want it. It sucks. It's
Doesn't New
awful.
Hampshire want it?
It's terrible.
New
Take
Hampshire's
it.
number 2, yeah.
Fucking
They're all
take
heading
it.
there next.
Lindsay,
Take it.
if they take the caucus away from you, all you got is that pig parade
You
thing.
got
and
nothing.
I
nobody-
don't care. I'll take it. take the pig parade over the politician parade
do they
every fucking
caucus
year.
for the pig princess?
Maybe if I have to see one more Republican candidate deep throating a corn dog at the Iowa State Fair, I'm going to lose my mind.
Dude, I didn't know that was going down. Now I'm gonna have to tune
Just
in.
Google politicians corn dog Iowa State Fair. You'll get a million fucking images of them just deep throating a giant corn dog like a foot long. It's ridiculous.
Are they tasty corn dogs?
They're good, but it's just that's like a thing that
this
they
is
have
another-
to do every time, every election year. You got to go to the Iowa State Fair and suck on a corn dog.
They suck
Get your
it down.
picture
Do they
taken.
have to deep throat it, or can they
I
just
don't think
bite
you
it?
can
Just
suck on a corn dog.
Look
right?
at the pictures; they're very
Spib.
suggestive.
No, Spiv, I think you could because that corn outer layer is greasy in a way that
It's
it
a
might just
pancake.
slide right in. Yeah,
Well, it's like cornbread, right?
it's
sorta.
pancake,
Cornbread
Yeah.
adjacent.
cornbread pancake
adjacent,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Cornbread
Yeah.
adjacent.
Well, see, that's more evidence, or not evidence, more reasons for us to vacation to Iowa, because Laura is a big corn dog fan.
Oh,
Corn
you
dogs are
should
good.
see some of the monstrosities they concoct for the Iowa State Fair. It's a little ridiculous. They all look really good, though. I think we had deep fried butter one year.
Deep
That's-
fried
Oh,
butter.
'cause that's what butter
insane.
needs.
What?
Dude, I have like country crock, which apparently isn't butter,
No, it's
butter.
not.
No, it's not.
and I had to melt it to add it to something, and it came out to this
Doesn't
weird
melt.
alien jizz-like substance.
It's just oil.
I think it's vegetable oil.
But it didn't
Yeah.
look like oil. It looked otherworldly. But I ate it because that's the kind of person I am. I didn't even question it. I was like, well, that doesn't look right, but I'm putting that in my mouth. So we had snow,
Nice.
we did.
and the salt this year are very colorful. Is this a new thing that I'm not aware of, like the cauliflower decorations? The salt is coming out. The salt everywhere. It's like purple and green and red. And,
I have
I
not
didn't
seen
see
anything
any
but regular
colorful
salt.
salt.
dude, we got colorful
Unless-
salt
Did
everywhere.
you
up in
take
here.
some?
something
you guys.
today?
You must live in some rich
No.
area.
Look, we don't got that poor people salt.
Has
okay?
everybody else seen the colorful salt, or
Right?
is it just you?
I'm just saying, this salt looks like it's pricey. And how did that even come to be?
Is
What
it
happened?
Heisenberg?
How did they even decide you just throw salt on the ground?
Because it gets rid of the
Because
ice.
it melts.
It changes the
Ah,
freezing point
that's-
of water.
Yeah, but your guys' reasoning is like because we have planes,
it's
because they fly in the
chemistry,
air.
Chris.
I'm not asking. I know.
Chemistry.
I get why. I just didn't. How do we figure that out? That's the real question.
We've figured out a lot of things over the
We?
past couple
By
million
accident.
years. Yeah.
I don't think humans have been around for 1,000,000 years, but
Well, a long
I
time.
I believe it's
Guys.
about 8,000.
Guys, I think it's
Yeah,
about
oh yeah, I
7,000.
forgot.
I am excited. Speaking of Mel Gibson and being 8,000 years old, Passion of the Christ 2. It's
what
like
is-
he comes
What?
back and
What?
murders people or something. I think is what Jesus does. He like pushes that boulder out of the way of the cave and just starts
And he's
killing
like
people.
strapped with like
The
two Gatling guns.
resurrection.
I'm just saying,
He's
I'm on
not
board
here.
for that. It is a thing. I'm pretty sure. Look it up. Mel
So
Gibson.
he reappears to Judas and cuts his head off or something.
I don't know. I'm here for a Jesus
Okay.
slasher movie. That's all I'm saying.
Do you
But
think,
yeah,
is Steamboat Willie going to
2025.
be in it?
Will Steamboat. God, I hate that shit.
There's already a slasher Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat
movie.
Willie was stupid. Mickey Mouse is dumb. I don't need to see that
It's
shit.
public
Nope.
domain now, Chris.
There's lots of. You know what else is public domain, Spiv?
What?
I don't know. I was curious because I want to make a bad horror movie.
There's a lot of
supposed-
stuff.
Everything
Start
from
naming things.
1923. Because copyright laws are stupid.
There's probably like some weird, obscure, horrible cartoons from 1920s that I am trying to do a podcast.
She's pissed.
No, she's not. She wants me to come to the bed. She thinks I'm like her servant or something. Like,
Come to bed, Chris.
anyways, guys, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
If you're a listener, not a viewer of the show, you may have noticed that there wasn't like an annoying person on the show, and that person is, of course, Aaron. He is out this week.
He is trapped at work.
He is working very hard, diligently. Some would say, not me, but
have to
some.
hire him.
I've heard the best people say that. And AJ, who is quote unquote working a lot this week,
Yeah.
Lame.
but then he'll post on Slack and he'll play Xbox and shit. So I never trust that guy at all. But whatever. We don't need them to talk about pro. What would Aaron even have to say about pro wrestlers versus zombies? Nothing.
Nothing.
He would have nothing to contribute.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? And AJ, we can get negative if we want. Like we could just get
Well, you
negative.
know
That's easy.
our Arctic blast we're getting is climate change. And global
It's the
warming.
last snow we're gonna see for forever. It's the
enjoy
last
this.
snow.
Enjoy the
Till
snow 'cause it's
2040
never going to
when
happen
it's
again.
over.
Yeah. The snow will
Appreciate it
melt
now,
in
man. Appreciate it
2066.
now.
Dude, if there's one person who needs to like step away from the news and the internet, it is
It's
AJ.
AJ.
Oh my god.
He finds all the negative stuff.
Well, that's because all the
algorithm
news
has
is just like what is going to catch people's attention. It's all fear. And then he like, oh yeah, it's the end of the world. I'm like, but it's like also not a bad time to be alive. I would rather be alive now than 150 years ago because I would probably be like some goat farmer and they would kill me for my goats, and I wouldn't do anything about that. You know what I mean?
Take
Plus,
'em.
I don't even know anything about goats, so my goats would be dying. I'd be like, I don't even know. Anyways, guys, we're not here to talk about this. We
No.
have to talk about wrestlers and zombies. But AJ isn't here, so who wants to take over the premise whole section?
I
Well,
can try.
I heard the jaw sound. Did you hear that? Whatever that's called. I think that was you, Lindsay. That was your
It might have
volunteer.
been. I was just like, No, I'll try.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Do you need a second to compose yourself?
Well, I'm trying to think like what I need to cover.
Yeah,
Like, I
of
mean,
course.
AJ
There's really
doesn't
not
really
much to the
cover it.
plot.
Yeah,
He makes up stuff and makes the
he
movies.
does make up
Yeah.
stuff. I probably won't have the puns and stuff that he does sometimes, but I'll
You
give it a
can't
go.
come up with the creative tentacle schmentacle.
No, I can't. That I could never come up
bip
with.
switch.
In a million
Fair
years, I
enough.
would never come up with that.
All
Okay.
right, ready. Go ahead, Lindsay. Take it away.
Hey, remember wrestling?
No.
Well, we drugged some of your favorites out of retirement and paired them with some new ones and pitted them against zombies in an abandoned prison.
Franchise doesn't go to prison.
And that's really all that's going on. Experience many, many new metal songs in pro wrestlers versus zombies.
We have a lot to cover here.
Wow.
A lot of
Yes.
I went on a journey of myself.
Mm-hmm.
A self-discovery happened during this movie. Intimately discovered myself in a lot of ways, which we will get to.
Intimately.
Intimately.
Interesting.
Jim Duggan is quite the looker.
I don't even know which freak show
Which
that
one
was.
was it?
It's Hacks. It's Hacks
you
on
got the
Jim
shirt.
Duggan.
Oh.
Nice.
my
1988
The shirt's backwards,
Royal
but it's there.
Rumble winner, 1988.
He won the
Jim
first
Duggan. He
Royal
won
Rumble,
the first
guys.
Royal Rumble.
Chris doesn't even know what the Royal Rumble is.
I don't even know what that
Doesn't.
shit is. No, I would I'd deep throat 7 corn dogs if I want to learn what the fuck that shit means. But anyways, we have that. We have a new section we're introducing tonight.
Oh,
There's no
shit.
bumper for it, but we'll get to it after the review.
We don't
It's
need
gonna-
bumpers.
Okay.
What-
Five bumpers.
It's I don't know what we're called. We're workshop it. We got all year to figure that out. Now, we don't have the history hole either because Aaron's not here. Unless, Spiv, you want to read IMDb
Boy, I
aloud
could
for
read
us or something?
IMDb. What is this, 2012?
2013, Spiv.
2013, oh boy.
2013.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
2013 movies.
Dude, this movie did not look like it was from 2013.
No,
I don't
it
even
didn't.
I don't even know how you make it look that bad in 2013.
It looks like it was from 1988, like Lindsay's shirt.
Seriously.
Well, IMDb says it's 2014.
All right. Well,
Well, they're
Spiv,
wrong.
2014.
Spiv, I'm gonna kick it over to you, but first we're gonna.
Well, I gotta find where Aaron finds all these.
You go down to
things.
the trivia section. Can you
Yeah.
even handle this?
I don't think
If there's any
can.
trivia
Oh
section,
my
there
There is
might
no
not
trivia.
be.
There is a trivia.
This would have been the perfect moment to have Ian on the show to talk about
It would
wrestling.
have.
Wrestling. I
I
can
used to
kind of
watch
talk
wrestling.
a little bit.
Like I know who Roddy Piper is and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and for
All
this
right.
movie that was
all
the
right.
end
Whatever.
Of the list.
I'm gonna do the bumper and then you can ramble on about
Okay,
Ian
the
let's
said
do
he
it.
didn't watch it. He didn't know that we were expecting him.
Tell him to come on it and at least tell us
basically
about
did.
these goddamn wrestlers. All right, bumper time.
History hole. Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies 2014. Here's some trivia from the movie, guys.
Are you going
Did
for
you
like a
know?
sexy professor kind of thing? Or what are you going for?
know that Roddy Piper. No.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
It's gonna take forever.
Okay. Roddy Piper's role was originally written for Mick Foley, which actually
can
makes
see
a little
that.
more sense.
Yeah.
It does.
And
Yeah.
Chris doesn't know who that is.
I have no idea
but
who that is.
You would know him if you saw
Mankind.
him.
Probably.
Mankind.
I had a Mankind
Cactus
T-shirt
Jack.
in high school.
I feel like we've seen other movies with him.
Is he like a freak show as
With
well?
Mick Foley? I don't know if we have.
He had the puppet,
Oh.
Yeah, he had the sock puppet.
Mr. Sacco or whatever the hell
Yeah.
his name was. Yeah.
That was the fun period of.
He had like a lion's
WWF.
mane. I'll tell you what, that thing was beautiful back in
He
the
used
day.
to wear that mask, right?
Yep.
Or at least
Yeah.
Mankind's character. Let's see. Roddy Piper also put one of the stuntmen in the hospital with repeated blows to the head with a pot.
Damn.
But don't worry, they gave the pot to the stuntman as a gift.
Nice. I'd keep it.
Boy.
Dude, if Roddy Piper beat me with a
Right?
pot, I definitely want
Yeah.
that.
I would
I'd
have
want
him
him to
sign
sign
it.
Up on the
Sure.
mantle.
I would use it in my lawsuit.
Here's a movie for us. When I looked up
gosh.
Mick Foley movies,
Oh,
Big
all right.
Money Hustlers.
Oh.
I bet that's
Yes.
a quality
Oh, yeah.
film.
It's got the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh
and
God.
Harlan Williams.
Oh
All
Jesus.
right, I'm on board. I don't think I ever really listened to the ICP.
Is that a Western movie?
No, I don't
I
think
I
hope
so.
thought
so.
that it was. I remember seeing a poster or something for an ICP
Oh.
movie, and it was a Western or something.
Maybe they have
I
multiple.
didn't know who Harlan Williams is, but he's the guy in Rocket Man. Okay. Who
Yeah.
farts? Yeah. That's a
He
good movie.
farts? Okay.
Yeah, he like farts in his spacesuit, and then they transfer the farts back and forth through the tube. It's very science-based movie.
Okay.
It's called Gravity. You might want to learn about it. Okay.
Rocket Man, farting in your suit. Something. Let's see. The final scenes were filmed outside, obviously, in West Virginia, where they filmed this. And it was 17 degrees in January with 20 to 30 mile per hour winds.
Oh wow.
Well, it
Sounds
didn't
awesome.
look it.
So
They did a good job of
Yeah,
covering that up.
A lot of the actors were only able to do one take because they didn't have any clothes on, being pro wrestlers. And Shane Douglas actually became ill due to performing his own stunts in the film in the frigid cold.
Who's Shane Douglas? Which
He
one
was
that?
the main guy, I think.
He was
The
franchise.
franchise,
Yeah.
which is, I'm pretty sure that's a
Oh.
fake.
No, I think that
wrestler
was his
name.
real character, but
Was
he was
it?
in.
Because I don't remember
was
the
in, like-
franchise.
I had to look him up. He was in
all.
ECW.
What is his
No one watched
franchise?
ECW.
Like BO
That's
or
his
something?
He's
I
the
don't.
character.
franchise.
The franchise.
You don't.
That
mess
is
with the
dumb.
franchise. Yeah, it's
That's
a dumb
fucking
character.
dumb.
Roddy Piper never actually wrestled with the franchise Shane Douglas, despite them both being pro wrestlers for 30 years.
Wow. It's different companies,
Different
Yeah.
different leagues, yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
versus DC.
right?
Yeah, which one's
Well, is
which?
there like a lesser comic company? Because Shane Douglas was
Dark
with the ECW, which is like
Horse.
unknowns. So there was WCW, which was like a WWF competitor.
When they were the opening of this movie was some low budget.
That was-
I was like, they're in a
Super
high
low.
school auditorium.
There was like
10 people in the audience. Yeah.
There was a 65-year-old man.
That
like,
was a
wrestling.
There's no one there. It
regional
was sad.
regional wrestling event. That's what that was.
I thought you were gonna say he was a woman.
He
He was a
woman.
very handsome woman wrestling. Anyways,
So this movie was a Kickstarter. They raised over $30,000, and I believe Roddy Piper actually reached out to be involved in this,
oh, that's sad.
which is
I
kind of
love
sad.
Roddy. That's very
But,
sad. He's way too good for this.
Written, directed, produced by Cody Knotts. He's a native of Taylorstown, Pennsylvania.
Oof.
And he played like the
He played
manager
like the
dude,
main
right?
the main bad guy, didn't he? The
Oh,
Irish dude.
Was
No,
he
I
Steve
thought he-
Bannon?
Oh,
I thought he
the
was
guy with the cane.
He
I didn't think he was the one manager guy who takes the money to set up the fight.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He was that guy.
That
Steve
guy,
Bannon.
yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yep.
Yeah. This is like a typical Trump afternoon
Here's
here.
$250.
And
Yeah,
he's like,
there's
Get 15 wrestlers for me.
I can get you this guy and this guy, but why? He only asked for one. Just keep the rest of the money. I don't
He asked for
understand.
the two.
What kind of business
and,
is this
yeah,
guy?
and then he just
Anyways.
starts throwing in more.
So after this movie, he went on to produce Gore Orphanage
Oh, I bet AJ
and
owns that.
Kecksburg.
Orphanage.
Orphanage would be a
Orphanage.
much better title.
Yeah.
Before this, he did Breeding Farm, Lucifer's Unholy Desire, and Transubstantiation. And these are all rated very poorly on IMDb.
These all sound like movies AJ bought on DVD or something.
They do. Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Cody Knotts?
Cody Knotts.
Nuts.
Yeah, he's definitely Steve Bannon, according to IMDb. Like he looks
He
like
is
that guy.
Steve Bannon, yep.
Hell
really-
of a filmmaker.
Yeah. There's not a lot of not a lot of stuff about this movie. Other than it was Kickstarter, which I think showed he showed that he didn't have really any filmmaking skills or
Whoa,
directing
this is
skills
not
or
the review time.
skills.
Whoa, apparently you
we'll
don't
get
understand
to that
this section.
later.
Diving right in.
Oh my God, sir. All right. Well, thank you, Spiv, for filling in for Aaron. You didn't do a photoshopping, but you did dress up as goth Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which we appreciate.
We're to work, guys.
We
It's
like
cold.
your doily. It's cool. Good doily. Time to move on and talk about pro wrestlers versus zombies. So here we go. Hey everyone, this is Chris, and just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmoonnightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right. I do appreciate Ian and Slack acting as though we didn't invite him to come on the show. And multiple people said something to him in Slack. But I digress. Lindsay, what did you think of the pro wrestlers versus the zombies?
It's a fun concept. It is a fun concept. Very silly. I enjoyed several parts of this movie, especially when they would do the wrestling moves on the zombies. It was really silly and fun in those parts. The gore was pretty good. And I knew who most of the wrestlers were, and some of the other people I knew who they were. But there was just the filmmaking aspect of this made it rough. You know, the ADR, it was hard to hear things sometimes. The editing was very choppy on some stuff. And there's like 20 minutes extra, easy 20 minutes you could rip out of this film because it does nothing. It goes on too long. It's just the same stuff over and over again. But like I said, I did have fun watching this. It's just towards the end, I'm like, is this over yet?
Okay, big fan. Okay. Rebecca.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it had a lot of action. It kept your attention. There was a lot going on, but it did get repetitive. Like, there's only so many ways that they killed the zombies. Like, every once in a while, they'd throw in something a little bit different to kind of get you back into it. But then it was just, okay, now they're being chased again through another section of the prison. Okay, now we're going again. So it just needed tightened up a little bit to kind of keep that pace going.
Spiv, speaking of tightening things up.
I tighten things up all the time. No, I'm with Lindsay. This was a cool concept, but terrible execution. There was no story. There was no film skill here. The lighting was bad. The editing was bad. The directing was bad. The dialogue was bad. The story was dumb. I mean, how can you take such a cool concept and just throw it away by having them do the same scene for an hour and a half? Like usually I have no trouble getting through the movies in like one sitting here, but this was like 3 sittings for me. It was rough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When you're a wrestler, you do your wrestling. These guys are all done, right? Like, they're not wrestling anymore, right?
No, there's some that are.
All right. So here's
Yeah.
the deal. And I'm not
they
like here
have
to
like
like
a legends thing that it's kind of like a retirement plan.
I'm not like peak physical fit as people would think as say.
What?
But if I was, if I was an actor and my day job was looking fit and being or an athlete, this is like me showing up to like football and being like, I didn't fucking practice for the last 3-4 years and I've been eating tacos every day. Let's do this shit. And I just like throw up on the field. You know what I mean? The first 5 minutes of the game. And just like the crowd is like excited for that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But I think some of them, that's their persona. Like
Yeah.
that's who they are.
Because I mean, like Hacksaw,
there's
he's
the
been
fat
he's
wrestlers,
been
yeah.
done for years. He's an old
yeah,
dude at this point,
like early
But
90s
but
at
he
the
was
latest,
doing his thing. He had his 2x4.
and he
and
has
then-
a kind of crazy
like this
persona,
guy,
yeah.
he's like,
franchise.
yeah,
Franchise,
the
yeah.
franchise, man.
Franchise was a little tubby.
His hair is awful.
I'm not, again, okay, so it's like when you see a band after 30 years and they're sad.
Yeah.
Metallica, yeah.
Yeah, it's like no, but Metallica. At least these guys are still like in shape and like trying.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, there was a big shift in wrestling between like Hacksaw's era
Okay.
and the Kurt Angle era.
Okay.
And before that, you could just be a big fucking dude, you know? You weren't big and muscular. They didn't do all the moves that they do now. It wasn't as intensely.
gymnastic.
It was
Right.
still physical and it was still dangerous, but they didn't do the big flying leaps and all that shit came later.
Yeah, it was Rey Mysterio. brought
Because they
all
had
that
to
stuff
keep,
in.
building things up and making them bigger and grander. So, I mean, they would do throws and holds. It was much more theatrical back in Duggan's day than it is now. I mean, they still do the skits and stuff, but there's so much more stunt work involved in it now.
For sure.
I
So
appreciate.
that's why there's a difference in body types.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I appreciated the guy who's like, I'm just gonna hit people with a fucking ladder. Like that's
Right?
cool.
That was the best.
Is that Matt Hardy?
I don't know.
That's Matt Hardy, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. We looked him up. Roddy Piper looked great in this movie, and is good.
It was only 2 years
is-
before his death.
Is
Yeah.
light years
I
in charisma above everyone
Oh,
else in
yeah.
this movie.
No, he's
Yeah.
the best thing in this movie. I mean,
Absolutely.
Hacksaw was good too. I love him, but
But it's sad in a lot of ways because like he does look good. He looks like he's trying, but the filmmaking going on here is beyond amateur. And this movie is really hard to watch because it's so dark, and I have glaucoma. I didn't want to tell you guys that I have a medical condition that affects my vision, but it does. And I couldn't see things a lot of times in this film. And then when I did, I was like, I wish I couldn't because it was terrible.
You don't think
Right,
yellow
And some
face
of the
paint,
shots
that means
too,
it's
they'd be
zombie?
so tight in.
Yeah.
It was hard to see like what
where they
looking at.
were and
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the story, which we can go through,
Yeah.
Ish.
but when you get after like the first 15 minutes, it's like I don't even know what's going on. We're just zombies running around the prison. I don't know where people are, or how we got separated, or what the actual goal is. And it's so dark, and people are climbing things and not climbing things, and
Because we talked about the opening scene in the high school gym auditorium,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's like the inciting incident, the opening
Franchise is
stinger.
fighting Battling Billy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
The
he
worst
walks in,
wrestler
and
name
Billy is making out with Franchise's woman. And so he gets jealous, and that's why he does the tombstone and kills him. Because he was making out with his girl in the locker room.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought
So
he was
his-
making out with Billy's girl.
They all look the
Whoops.
same.
They look the same. They're big guys with bald heads. They all look the same.
wait,
So-
wasn't he like married though?
No, that was his
his-
like his sister's family, because that was his nephew,
Oh,
his
I totally missed
brother,
that.
and his
Okay.
wife,
Mhm.
and
And
but
his
yeah,
nephew.
so the guys
Little Nicky.
who he killed, his brother, that's the guy with the puma cane. And for some
The
reason
Irishman guy, yeah.
he's like, to get back at this guy, I'm gonna make zombies
Yeah.
and become
Well,
a zombie
Lynch-
king.
And to
So he
make
takes
a
the nurse.
zombie, you have to kidnap a nurse.
Well,
yeah.
So
and cut her heart out and eat it.
Is he a mystic? Is that what I'm to
Some of
understand?
this going on.
Something.
He's some kind of powerful dude because he has the puma cane, and the bus that they take to the jail, it says Puma Transportation or Jaguar Transportation or something. So he's like some, I don't know.
Well, he did have like $500 in cash.
He had that watch.
You just don't get that.
Don't
that
just throw that around.
That just doesn't just happen. You know what I mean? I mean, some people have the touch, the mystic touch, because you don't become a person who reads the tarot cards and sees the ghosts in the future without having the touch, right, Spiv?
Exactly, Chris.
And I've never gone to a mystic because I fear the truth of my future. You know what I mean?
They'll tell you the future.
What if they're like, Chris, you're gay? And I'm like, well, I didn't know that, and I don't think I am, but now I guess I am. I don't like, what if it's just, you know what I mean?
Sounds like twin flames.
Twin flames.
I had
I
one
watched
big.
that
Oh
shit.
God, it's so crazy. I had one question though about Roddy Piper because I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Just one.
question.
You only get one.
From this movie.
Is this the one that you
This
have?
is it. One question. Let's hear it.
Did he have a bit where he spit on people?
Oh God.
I don't remember
Yeah, he was
that.
all movie long.
All movie
Two.
long. He spit on the girl, and then he's spitting on everyone else. I'm like,
I don't
listen,
remember
I
that
don't
from
remember
Roddy Piper, but
Roddy Piper spitting on people,
Like
but
Roddy.
I could be
I
wrong.
mean, he's not wearing his kilt. It was all wrong.
I know. And
They had the
this
music,
this scene was very
it was
sad,
sad. It was-
but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they forgot to film this when Hacksaw was there.
Yeah, he kills me.
Hacksaw is
Or-
not in this scene at all.
No, he's not. He's not in his own death scene.
Look at that. And then they're like, Roddy, react to it for 17 minutes straight. And he just stares longingly for a while.
Ugh.
But you know what?
That's
I
where
was
the
into
budget
it.
went. They had to hire all these wrestlers.
I was.
Right?
Look, speaking back, like from a filmmaking standpoint, though, there is a ton of extras in this movie, which would
So
be
many
very
extras.
hard to
It
wrangle.
was like the whole town, I think.
I don't know. I bet if you said, "Hey, we've got these wrestlers in this movie, come
Yeah.
hang out with them and be in the movie," I bet they had quite a few people that are like,
I'd
"Hell
show
yeah,
up.
I'll
No,
do that."
I bet it was easy to get people to volunteer. My thing is like to film extras. 'Cause
Yeah.
in theory, when you do a scene with extras, you tell them what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now this
go
was
like
like
this,
run
Chris, you
around
go,
like a bunch of assholes in Virginia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what we were gonna do anyways.
That was a cool shot, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got the city down below, and
yeah. This,
if it was lit a little differently, it'd be a really nice shot. But
Well,
it's not
lighting-
bad. Not bad.
If it was lit, yeah.
if it was
It's
lit,
filmmaking
if
again.
it was lit,
If there
at
was
all.
any light.
They had the
Yeah.
one spotlight.
They had one spotlight, which they used multiple times within this movie.
Yeah.
So watching this, I was excited when it started because I remember when we watched the trailer, I thought it looked really bad, like home video, shot on video. It's not. It looks better than that, but it's still very bad.
Mhm.
But when it started, I was like, okay, we got this guy, Bo. What's the guy's name?
Battling Billy.
Battling Billy.
The franchise.
The franchise guy.
Mm-hmm.
B.O.
I call him Bo because he just looks like he smells. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You know what I mean? Like
Just might smell.
You're
some
just
people
terrible.
some people just smell. He's got an odor, and he was being all chummy with his nephew and endearing, and then they left, and I was like, God damn, that was a pretty fucking nice big ass house. That must have been one of these wrestlers' real houses. And then they go to this wrestling dojo or something. Is that what that's called?
It's like a office thing.
Like, what is this a thing where you go and you get like molested by the leader and stuff like that guy did? Steve Bannon? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait,
what was
what?
that?
I
That
don't
woman
remember this
comes in
scene.
and Steve
Oh,
Bannon just
yeah,
starts like
yeah.
molesting her, and I'm
It's
like,
it's just
Bannon.
it's just the office space and maybe training for that company because he's a
Casting
promoter.
couch.
That guy's a promoter,
okay.
and he puts on shows, and he probably has like a stable of wrestlers that he uses, and that's the office where you go. Maybe you work out there, and practice there, and he's got his office there.
And so
It's the closet that was next to the gym that they shot at.
it's
Exactly.
it's the It looked like the locker room closet.
It was in the prison.
There was dirty jock straps
Probably.
like right next to them.
But that's that's what it was supposed to be.
Okay. So then because I don't know anything about wrestling, but it appears as though there's like these small tiers and you go from there up to the WWF or something. And then,
Well, that's the top. Yeah.
okay, well then there's like other ones in between. But,
It usually starts, very, very local, and then you'll go regional, and then maybe some things will start to break for you.
so then I saw the trajectory of like a pyramid. Like you start low and you work your way up. But then it was like we're back down again. Like these people went up the hill and went back down. You know what I mean? But they show us this wrestling event at the beginning of the movie, and there's this crowd roaring. You hear, and then new metal's kicking on. I was like, oh fuck yeah! And then they show me like a 65-year-old man wrestling, and like 3 people in the crowd, and I was like, the cognizant. What's the word I'm looking for?
Cognitive dissonance?
Cognitive dissonance in my brain.
Or the suspension of disbelief?
It was too much. It was too much. And I was like, oh, we're operating like this. And when he killed that guy, I didn't know he killed anyone because I thought that's what wrestling was. I thought it was like, this is an act. Like,
Well, that was a normal move. Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
get like brought out on stretchers and you're
Yeah.
supposed to think they're
Yeah,
killing
there was
them and
no,
see part
like-
of it. And
Definitive, he's dead.
Except for
Like,
some
no
weird
one
random
really-
voiceover.
They
at
had
a
that
scene
doctor
change.
come out, and
He's
she checked on
dead!
him. The doctor in the heels.
Yeah,
She checked him.
They're very professional.
She's totally a real doctor.
Yes.
okay, so that all happened. And then we are introduced to the Irish guy and Steve Bannon doing this backyard dealing. And this is where the movie falls apart for me. Because this guy
like 15 minutes
This
in.
guy hands him like $30. And the guy's like, I can get you every fucking wrestler in the house. We're gonna load up this prison for them ultimate wrestling display you've ever seen. And the guy's like, okay. But in reality, he just wants to get the franchise man there to kill him.
And
Right.
the girl.
And the girl.
Uh-huh.
But like he could have made some fucking money, right, at the show if he just would have put the show on. And I'm thinking
it's
like
about
if my
revenge,
brother was
Chris.
killed or I could make a lot of money or get revenge, I'm taking the money. No offense, Aaron. I'm doing this shit for a shitload of money. You're already gone, my friend. I'll mourn you, R.I.P. One Love and all that shit. But I'll take the money.
We're not doing it for money. We're doing it for a
For a
shitload of money.
money.
So I was like, I can't even understand this anymore. I mean, it really makes no sense. He brings
The
on
plot makes
42
no sense.
extra
It makes
people.
no sense. It's like,
Yeah.
why didn't you just like have this
Why
guy
didn't-
killed or
Yeah.
something? It's
Right.
so
They go to
it's
his
so
house and-
complicated to make a horde of zombies and make a pact with some weird
He could have paid
spirit demon, whatever. I
could
don't
have
know.
paid a hitman like 1/3 the cost.
Yeah.
Should have.
Right.
It's
And
like-
he wouldn't have had to become a zombie.
Well, and he
kill a
already
bunch
had
of
like
people.
goons working for him, so you
It was very
didn't
weird.
even have to
Yeah, because they
do
kidnapped
that
the
much
nurse,
extra.
yeah. And what was special about the nurse?
I don't know.
I don't think there was anything.
Like she seemed to have some connection with the zombies, but
'Cause,
well, but
yeah, it
he ate her heart, so that was like the starting point.
right.
Because then at the end, when she gets taken out, it makes everybody else. She becomes like the heart of the other zombies.
Yeah. So when they kill her, then
Then everybody
like,
else.
Yeah,
Do they
Same
die or
with
do
that-
they come back to life?
I think they just died.
Same with
come-
that other lady that they sacrifice in the prison.
Are you talking about the people who have sex under
They're
the
like-
trash?
They're like the two. No,
Okay.
when they're
That
in
was
like
in
the,
the
gym
chapel.
of the prison, and they
was
bring
the
in that
chapel.
table with like the red
yeah.
table.
Oh, I have that. I do have that.
Uh-huh.
That's
Do
the
we know
second
who that lady
sacrifice.
was?
So those two
She was just
women
some
then,
lady.
Just some
Yeah.
rando, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her?
yeah,
Well,
Another lady in calf high boots.
Ah, stab.
we have a menage. Is that the word I'm looking for? A bunch of wrestlers, but then
A menage? Is that what a group, like a murder
menagerie.
of crows?
what does menage mean? Is that not the correct term? A menage?
I think you're maybe
a
menagerie.
blending?
Are you
A
thinking
menagerie. A diverse collection of people or
A
things
group.
is how I would
There you go.
define that. But then you
A
had this
smattering.
a good old fashioned smattering would work as well. I think
Stefan says it's a gaggle.
There you go.
a gaggle of wrestlers is good. But then you had this woman who's like hitting on Roddy Piper, which don't get me wrong, I would hit on him too. Was she a wrestler?
I don't know who that
She
was.
was hired on to help with like marketing or something like that.
Oh, was she?
'Cause that
I
was
thought
the
she was a
whole-
wrestler.
No, that was the whole conversation in that locker room office thing. Like she could take them further and
Yeah, I tuned out by that
With
point.
her social
was
media
literally
skills
4 minutes into
or
the
something.
Exactly, Chris, exactly.
That was when she was getting molested by Steve Bannon,
Yeah.
and it was
It
so
was gross.
Everyone
It
was
was so
getting
gross and
molested in this
uncomfortable.
movie.
weird. So she and Roddy Piper somehow become the main characters of the story,
Yeah.
even though it's about the BO man being hunted down.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with the original
Yeah, they're
incident.
just- they happen
weren't
to be
there.
there, yeah.
They don't know those people. They weren't.
Although
part of
Roddy's
it.
friends with the franchise in the movie,
Oh, that's true.
and then he feels betrayed.
yeah.
Well, fuck that guy. Our main character of the franchise, he deserves to die. He so
did murder
deserves to die.
somebody,
He
yeah.
murdered somebody, and then
But he did have
wa-
to kill his family, so
He did, but he was like
Little
fucking
Nicky.
people over in the jail. You know what I mean? Like letting them die. He cut off Jim Duggan, and he got killed. He did a lot of shady shit.
Now, was there enough like inside wrestling moves and stuff that if you were really into wrestling, you'd be like, oh yeah, they did a triple black flip.
There was
trash
wrestling
can
I
moves.
smash or
think
some
there
shit.
were little references in here that if you weren't a big wrestling fan, you're probably not going to get.
Sean
My
picked up
God,
on one with
Look at all
Roddy.
that. Why did it come off like that?
I got a little too excited, didn't you, Chris?
Mention Roddy once, and this is what happens.
Sean says that when Roddy hit a guy with the coconut, it was a callback to a moment.
Oh, Jimmy the Snuka.
Yeah,
And I Googled him spitting. Apparently he spit on a young fan
Oh.
okay.
Huh.
that wanted an autograph, and that was
and
a thing.
then, and then that fan said, "I can die happy now."
And then I feel like that's like assault nowadays if you spit on
It is
someone.
assault. It is assault.
Like Roddy Piper spit on me.
Was it just?
Do you remember that Phillies game where like the guy like threw up on a kid or something? Do you remember that, Spiv?
I
Or
do
Rebecca,
not
you would
remember
probably
that.
remember.
No.
No.
What? Where they were like arguing or something? And
Was
like
it you?
Grew up on it.
It was me. he like threw up on a guy and their kid. I don't. It was years ago, I think.
Like as an act of retaliation?
I think so. Yeah,
Jesus.
Was he a Mets fan or something?
he's a Phillies fan.
There was one rabbit hole that I did where I talked about the VH1 reality show Cinematic Universe. I don't know if you guys remember that. Well, this movie touches that universe.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
The girl Taya, the one that's semi dating or just hooking up with franchise, she's the one that was cheating on him in the beginning. She is the winner of Rock of Love season 3 when they're on the
Oh.
buses.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did she get to go out with Bret Hart?
Brett Michaels.
Michaels.
Bret Michaels. Oh,
Even better.
Right?
Yeah.
She won. She clawed her way
Like-
to the top.
I don't mean to be a jerk, but like I would like literally everyone in this movie was like, I don't want to have anything to do with any of these people. No offense. They were just skeevy ass fuck. Everybody was. But you know, you do you. I'm not here to judge. You know, good for them or something. I don't know. What do you think, Spiff?
I was disappointed that Kurt Angle was only in this movie for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. he
That's
didn't
the guy
last
at
when
the
he-
opening, right?
No.
No,
He
was
came
the
in.
middle.
He came in, and then
He came
like,
in and then like
into the
immediately gets
prison.
eaten by zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he tore that one guy's foot off, and then he started
did.
hitting people with the foot. That was funny.
Is he like the biggest wrestler in this movie? Because I feel like I heard that name before, Kurt Angle.
Well, he was.
I don't know. Matt
an
Hardy's pretty
Olympian.
big too at the time this was made.
Okay.
I didn't understand this part.
Why did the
Where-
Civil War guys come out of the ground?
Yeah.
I did.
Because they
was
were
confused.
buried.
Virginia.
there, and so he's like, I need more power, and so he rose all the dead bodies that were buried around whatever thing he had conjured.
Okay.
Rose the dead bodies around to help him
Convenient.
out.
This is the story. It should have been, guys, we got one last chance at becoming wrestlers again. This is going to be a big deal. We're going to have a lot of eyes on you. And the guy's so desperate, he takes this experimental drug to jack up for this last wrestling match. He goes in the match, and then he becomes a zombie. All the crowd turns into zombies, and there's a few wrestlers left over who have to survive. There's your fucking movie. I don't need this mystic guy coming in and tell it, like, trying to do some sort of weird assassination thing, making it so convoluted that it's so stupid.
No, your idea is better.
Yeah, and I just came up with that right on the spot.
You're just not a fan of battling Billy.
Brain
power,
yeah. Going on up here is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That was much better of a story, wasn't it?
It was.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But then,
it takes out so much like crap.
Put it on
That's
Kickstarter.
right through it.
yeah, Lindsay, you said earlier you could cut out
make it.
20 minutes of this. You could cut out an hour and 20 minutes of this, and it would be the same movie.
If any of the zombie fight sequences were good, none of them there was one where a dude was doing ninja jumps and stuff and rolls. That was pretty impressive. I don't know who he was. He was definitely younger than everyone else.
The guy with the dreadlocks?
Yeah.
Was. I assumed he was a
It
wrestler.
looked like they had some younger up and coming wrestlers that were in this as well. You know, just try and get some kind of showcase, but I don't know.
So for 75% of this movie, 90% of this movie, they're just running around this prison. It's all dark. You can't see. Everybody's separated, but not separated, and blah, blah, blah. Comes back to Roddy Piper and this marketing lady multiple times, and then eventually ends with them kind of just killing people and it affecting the mystic guy's summoned brother, dead brother.
single-handedly
Yeah, they had to
kill
get
all
the
the
two
zombies.
main women.
And then they make
America.
out in front of the American flag. God damn it.
America.
Hell yeah.
Proud to be an American.
Where Roddy's saying, "It's so cold.
Roddy's like,
Please, say cut."
Roddy's like, you're 40 years younger than me. But that goddamn new metal throughout this entire movie, I was
So terrible.
fucking
Constantly.
on board. And it was not like, it was your cousin's in a band.
Yep.
And this is his new metal album, and the
Oh,
production
totally.
quality is goddamn terrible.
And one of the bands was the band in the movie.
Oh, they got
Yeah.
eaten right away.
For some
that
reason,
didn't
there was
get
a
to
fucking
play.
band.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah,
get to play.
they got turned into zombies. Yeah.
I'm gonna play a little bit of the music.
All right.
I think. I wonder if this will actually play audio. I don't know. We'll see. Did you hear that? It was terrible. I loved it. That was actually way more metal than a lot of the stuff that was in this. It's pretty good.
It's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. This just wasn't fun for me. I think that's the problem. I didn't have fun. Everybody felt skeevy and mean, and nothing was fun. There was like drama. Why is there drama? And why is Roddy Piper like tearing? Like, why does I see a tear growing in his eyes over this?
Because he
Like, I
showed
don't
up
need
and
that
he
shit.
realized he was in this.
Well, that makes sense, but I meant like, why is there like, why do we care? I wanted fun. The sex under the trash, that was pretty funny. I did like that. I'm not gonna lie. The guy in his little shorty shorts there, I like that too.
They had a huge
There was-
rip in the butt.
Rip in the butt.
I think, Chris, if you were watched wrestling as a kid or something, if you knew who some of these people were, it would have been a little more
Probably.
fun.
I
Yeah.
knew who some of the
Brief.
people were, Lindsay. It was not fun.
I mean, it wasn't fun overall, but I did have fun in parts. Just seeing them, just do their thing against zombies. It was kind of funny to me.
They did get the
But,
legit person
yeah.
though. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun environments, like when he crawls up all the different cells and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Okay. Anything else, guys? You want to talk about here? I actually took some notes.
I took a lot
What's a
of notes.
jobber?
For this.
A jobber?
A jobber?
Well,
Jobber.
I'll tell you when you're older.
At one point, they'd talk about jobbers versus mains. So I didn't know if that was like a
Jobber.
wrestling term.
It's an app.
Oh, my notes are
There might be-
not good.
They might just be like they don't have a set identity. They just kind of rotate into whatever, maybe.
Oh, Sean
always
knows.
loses.
He always
Main
loses.
Always
eventers,
loses.
jobbers, mid carders.
Yeah, Sean knows his stuff here.
Damn.
A jobber is a wrestler who always loses.
Okay. Is there ever a time where you're like doing a wrestling and you're like, I'm not losing this, and then you like just
No.
keep going?
You don't get paid
Oh, then you don't get paid.
because you
Usually,
didn't follow
uh,
script.
Gotcha.
Well, usually they're like they know the outcome, but the actual match itself they kind of make up as they go, and like the refs will tell them like a move to do and that kind of stuff.
Spiv, what's your wrestling name?
My,
Professor Meatwagon or something like that?
that would be solid.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Professor.
Boy, I will say going to a wrestling is fun.
Oh, I can imagine. I would love to go to one of these amateur ones.
Oh, even the professional like WWF or WWE now, they're fun.
I
to
went
go
and
to.
saw one here, and the Great Khali was at
Couldn't
it.
tell you.
He could barely move. It was
Oh,
kind of
that's sad.
sad. It was kind of sad.
Yeah.
I imagine this shit's hard on your body.
Oh
I saw
yeah.
Ric
That's why
Flair
they
at
had to do this
Comic-Con once. It
movie.
was
Dude,
not pretty.
Dude, I fucking did a 20-minute like workout YouTube video yesterday, and I almost died today. Like I did it the other day too. So like I can't imagine doing this wrestling shit. And these guys are old too. Like they're 50s, 60s, some of them, and
That's why so many of them get hooked on like painkillers
Oh, yeah.
and have.
That's hard work.
It's.
Sean's met the great Khali.
He's a huge.
We should have had
person.
Sean as a guest on there.
apparently.
Yeah, we should have. Shit.
All right. Anything else, guys?
I hope next week's movie is a lot better.
Well,
I know.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, this was an interesting movie. I'd say that it's interesting.
It was disappointing though.
It was disappointing. Interesting
Yeah.
concept, bad execution.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. When the sequel comes out, do you think it'll have like The Rock in it and fucking Dave Bautista and shit?
John Cena.
John Cena.
Well, see, if this movie had like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man in it, then The Rock would be in the sequel. But they're gonna have a bunch
Yeah.
of rumors again.
Yeah. All right, Lindsay, would you recommend Pro Wrestlers or Zombies?
I mean, I don't want to say like no, nobody would ever like this movie. Don't watch it. But I think this has some kind of appeal just because it is such a weird, interesting concept and because of the people that are in it. But that's the only interesting thing about it. So
Rebecca.
It's definitely niche. Like you have to be a certain person that likes certain things. Like everybody's going to find a little bit of enjoyable parts to it, but you're not going to enjoy from beginning to end unless you're really into wrestling and these people.
Spiv.
No, it's a hard pass for me. I think even if you are into wrestling, this was not a good movie.
Yeah, I did not enjoy this. I don't know. I think like Ian would like this. You know what I mean? Because he likes
probably
wrestling
would.
and shit.
And he likes bad movies.
So I don't know. Like, if I was really into wrestling, I might like this more.
There's no zombie Hitler in this one. But
True. But there's a sequel. There's time in a sequel. Okay, so no one recommended it. That's great. Aaron probably didn't watch it. AJ's not watching this shit. Now, here's the deal. We can move on.
Movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
it's gonna be
Come up.
here.
We can move. Do we want to do this new section now?
sure.
Yeah, go for it
Yeah.
before the game.
Let's do it.
All right. The new section is I typed in Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies and rendered a bunch of AI images.
Oh,
Then I
fun.
found a website where I typed in Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies and it gave me a song. But then it asked for lyrics, so I made lyrics up. And then I put the images to the lyrics. And this is what we got. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Bad movie music.
Wrestlers versus zombies. They are going to eat your ass. Roddy Piper chewing dong and bitch slong. It's pro wrestlers versus zombies. Tell your mom to go fuck herself. Your dad smells like the homeless guy. Oh, so many balls. I have to fart.
What was that?
Okay.
Oh boy.
I mean, it didn't give me like. There's a whole bunch of more vocalists, but it cost money, and I was like, well, we're going with this guy.
Okay.
What AI generator did you use for the images?
Night Cafe,
Oh my goodness.
and then Splash Pro for the music and the lyrics. Your dad smells like a homeless man's balls.
What the
Balls. I like that.
So many balls.
So many balls. That was Pro Wrestlers versus Zombie. I feel like if we do that every week and I save the songs, then that could be a category at the end of the year.
Good. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
I like
We
that
could be
idea.
like, what was the best song?
We could get some ninja ladders.
But I'm.
And you should post the songs on the channel independently.
Oh, good idea. The thing is, I don't want to pay.
Could
It's
be
like
shorts.
$30 a month or like $100 a year for this fucking to be able to get different options. But I feel like different options are gonna be needed.
Totally worth it, Chris.
Yeah,
I
if
feel
it's
like-
just that guy every
it's
time,
worth
it's
it.
gonna get
Phil-
old.
I think we vote. I think Aaron pays for that.
Yes.
And
Yep.
all in favor?
Aaron and AJ split it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, that's it for that part of the show. But we still have more to come. For instance, the game. So here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of conflict, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly fuzzy. Shall we play?
All right.
Win the
Shit.
game.
We're gonna dive
Test
into
the
some pro
knowledge
wrestling. I think we
now.
should have Chris answer first.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
All right, here we go. When did pro wrestling begin? What year?
All right, this is. I think this is the '80s because this is like you got to be on cocaine to do this shit to start it up. I'm thinking like '84.
I want to say like
53.
53. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say like 61.
isn't that like real wrestling though? That's like men
Real,
like
real
punching
wrestling
each other and
started
shit.
like in
Greco-Roman.
ancient Greece.
Yeah, Richard Greco-Roman.
It was 1952.
Oh, I was one year.
What? Look at that guy.
Damn.
yeah,
Dude,
that guy
guy's
has,
He's
he just got
doing
tombstone. He's dead.
I think that's yoga. I think he's just doing yoga.
In what year was the first WrestleMania held?
83.
Oh, 88.
No.
I can look at my shirt.
87.
Oh, it's on my shirt.
Is it really? Yours the first one,
Yeah.
then 88.
No, that was Royal Rumble. That's not WrestleMania.
Okay, 83.
Oh, WrestleMania. Shit, I was thinking Royal Rumble.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
86.
It is 85.
85.
Was the year I was born.
Oh, Macho or Hulk and Mr. T.
Damn.
Why
Yeah,
does
that
Hulk
was
look
the
like that? Is that
first
real?
one. I don't know.
He looks like
He
his
looks
face
like
melted.
They both
The
look
lighting
weird.
is bad.
Dude, if you like kind of squint, he looks like fucking Bigfoot. Like
he looks like
Hulk.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, he looks like Harry and the Hendersons. Bigfoot.
How many people attended the record-breaking WrestleMania in 2016?
I mean, it's fair to say
my
too
God,
many.
no idea.
Probably like
150,000.
yeah, like 100.
Yeah, 150,000.
180,000.
101,763.
Holy shit!
And there it is.
awesome.
That
A lot of
is
people.
packed.
Holy
Was
shit.
that in Philadelphia?
No, it was in Texas somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that guy just looks like he's taking a shit for 100 in
For
front of
everyone
100.
to see.
100.
That's two people, Chris. That's
Yeah,
two
there's two people there.
That's two
Wait,
people.
what? There's two people in that?
Yeah.
That looks like AI generated fucking shit. Too many arms and legs and stuff.
Sean went to WrestleMania once.
This is Diamond Dallas Page. What did he become after his wrestling career? A yogi, a psychologist, an elementary teacher, or a classical musician?
Definitely a teacher.
A yogi.
He looks like, what's his name? Painkiller, Spiv. He looks like fucking the singer.
What, Halford?
He looks like Halford, yeah. I'll say elementary teacher.
He became a yogi.
Oh, look at how flexible
He's got
he
his
is.
own style of yoga. It's called something, and I can't remember what.
And he helps like wrestlers get clean from different addictions and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and here is Steve, the legal weapon Blackman. What did he become after his wrestling career? A police officer, a bail bondsman, a correctional officer, or a drill instructor?
Correctional officer.
Bail bondsman.
A police officer.
He became a bail bondsman.
Who's that?
Does he have a show or something?
Is that a woman he like is bonding from bail right now?
Oh, he's bonding.
I think it's one of his commercials.
Oh. Like, let's go into the woods.
One of his videos?
Yeah, that looks like a porn that's about ready to start.
She's so sad to have to go to jail.
Well, you don't have to go if you do a favor for me.
Let's go out to the woods.
Put this shirt on.
John Cena and Ric Flair share the record for the most titles with how many?
Boy.
17.
12.
8.
It is 16.
Damn.
I was close.
Yeah. And John Cena like refused to get any more because he didn't want to go past Ric Flair.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
Man, John Cena is a good dude. He's just a good human being.
I wish I was a nice person. Do you ever think that? Like you're like, I just wish I was a nice person, but I'm just not.
In what year did women join pro wrestling?
Not soon enough, apparently. 1997.
97?
Yeah, it was like 97, 98.
It was 1999. China was the first.
I'm intimidated in so many ways.
What is Vince McMahon's net worth?
$2 billion.
A fuck ton of money.
50 cents.
I'll say $2 billion.
It is
$1 billion, yeah.
2.6 billion.
Billion.
Insane.
Damn.
That is crazy.
His net worth, not like wrestling. Yeah.
Dude, if I had $2.6 billion, I don't even know what you do when you have that much money. Like, it's just not even fun anymore.
Anything you want?
Because you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore. Like, what I am now sucks, but there's got to be something better than this that's not that, too. You know what I mean?
Need a happy medium.
Something in between.
Like, if I got just like a
Just
million.
1 million.
Just like
halfway
1 million.
in between.
If I could just be
Not
like
zero.
not ever worrying about money, but like still need to think about things before I buy them. That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Like Spiff. I want to be Spiff.
There you go.
Just buying couches left and
Yeah,
right.
that'd be
I
great.
can't just buy couches left and right. I have to think about it.
He's
first.
got to think about it. He's gotta think about it. No one's coming to take that couch, but
Exactly.
he's gotta
Yeah,
think
it's
about
not, the repo man's not coming. Yeah.
it. No. All right. Well, thank you, Rebecca. That was a good game.
Thanks.
All right. Let's move on and do some listener feedback. Here we go.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Red Scorpion with Dolph Lundgren. He was Russian. What was he? Spetsnaz.
Spetsnaz.
It will break you. Sing Vang 524. This is one of the movies of my childhood. That tattoo was awesome looking. It was a pretty cool scorpion
It was
I
thing.
don't think it was a tattoo. I think it was like
Yeah, it was like
scar.
a wound or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have a wound shaped like anything, what would you have?
I want it to be like
back
like
surgeries.
like a president.
I already have that.
Right.
I wanted to look like a president or something, and I'd be like, or like
President?
Jesus. If it was Jesus, then I could sell
Oh man,
that
you
shit.
could sell that on eBay.
Could
I'd be
sell
like,
your
look at
skin.
my left ass cheek. It looks like Jesus.
Come and praise
like,
the
And then
leave
Lord.
people would
offerings
be
to
like
it.
praying to my.
Prayed on my ass.
And they'd be like, "Show me your ass, Chris," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, not
You'd have
for
to wear
free."
assless chaps the whole time.
Just one though. It's just one. It's just
one, right.
The one cheek hanging out.
Cheekless.
Yep. G's. I don't know how to say it. Something with
That's-
Jesus and cheekless cheeks.
Yeah.
Cheeseless.
Cheeks.
Cheeksus. There you go. Jesse Magers, if having custom ringtones was still a thing, mine would be you all making machine gun noises while Aaron whistles Wind of Change behind it.
Pew, 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 pew. Bang, bang, bang.
That was our song from the first
Oh,
episode.
that was fun.
Our cover of Gorky Park or whatever.
You gotta make a note to
was our
pull that
trailer.
audio.
Yeah, that's a good one. Paul Wee, 1924 Dus. That's a new name for us. What about a review of Red Scorpion 2? Well, maybe
on the
it'll be on
Patreon
the
wheel.
wheel, Paul. Jinx. Carmen Argenciano has been notified and will be making a one-armed attack fairly soon.
What?
Say that again?
Carmen Argenciano has been notified and will be making a one-armed attack
Who is
fairly
Carmen?
soon.
Carmen Sandiego?
Is that the guy that got his arm blown off?
I think there's. Oh yes, he was the guy who got his arm blown off.
Oh.
The discount Michael Ironsides,
Okay.
the Cuban Michael Ironsides.
He was pretty cool.
He was. David Black, fun movie, needs more oiled up Dolph in the world.
Not gonna lie, not wrong.
It's true.
Alternate title: Rad Scorpion. Oh boy, that movie was so much better than this one.
Oh my god.
It's like not even close.
I think that's part of the problem. We watch that and then this. This
Yeah, it
just
makes
can't
it
measure
that
up.
much worse. Like if we'd watched Witchcraft and then this. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
This kind of was a little bit of a witchcraft movie.
Was Witchcraft the
that
first
same-
movie of the year we did?
It was Witchcraft
Yeah.
15.
Okay, so we're on the third movie of the
We are
year
on
now?
the third movie
Yep,
of the
we're on
year,
third.
Chris. Week 3, January
Moving
17th.
right along.
Moving along.
Well, okay. Well, what
Yeah,
if we land on chips or nails tonight? What movie do we do?
it's got to be Witchcraft.
The
right?
last
Witchcraft.
Do we do the last
Oh, we
Witchcraft?
can't.
The last.
AJ's out next week, so we can't do
the
a
f-
witchcraft.
AJ's out again?
He
Or
can't
no,
miss 2
you're
weeks in a
out.
row.
You're out next week.
Oh shit! I am. I might be on. I might be on. I gotta go to Western PA and hunt for ghosts or some shit. But I don't know if we're filming anything that night, so I might be on. We'll see.
Well, that does it for our listener
Maybe
feedback.
not watch a witchcraft just to.
Yeah, not want to describe just. in
Yeah,
case.
we'll be safe.
What will we do then?
Whatever
Whatever
else we
else we
spend,
land
I
on.
guess. It's not a Patreon meal, right? Because that was this week.
Well, no, but yeah.
We could do a Breen movie
Okay, maybe we'll.
Mm.
or a Robert Bronzy movie.
Oh, let's do a bronzy. Let's do
bronzy.
bronzy. Bronzy.
We
Yeah.
need a bronzy wheel.
I need $7,342.
You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
All right, sorry, Spiv.
That does it for our listener feedback on Red Scorpion, guys. If you want me to read your comment in my sultry, sexy voice, then you need to leave the comment down on the YouTubes.
Hell yeah.
You audio listeners need to convert to be video listeners and see our wonderful faces. And that amazing AI-generated music video.
That's right. I am gonna put all. I like Lindsay's suggestion of posting all those individually.
Absolutely.
It is time for the wheel. The wheel must be spun. The one and only wheel.
What all do we have?
So
on?
fingernails is bronzy?
Fingernails is bronzy.
Yeah.
Sean says, I added John's pick of America 3000 and took off Black Roses since Chris said Taylor Ann is not a Patreon. I don't necessarily know if she's not a Patreon.
Not accurate.
She just
She
disappeared.
just
is all
hasn't
I'm
been
saying.
talking.
Yeah, so,
Don't you have a
But-
list that you can look at?
well, I mean, there's in theory, Spiv.
theory.
You know, in theory, lots of things. Great, you know, stuff happens. Life finds a way. Let's just spin the wheel. Here we go.
Ooh, the wheel's spinning fast.
Damn, look at that shit. This is lubed up.
Purring like a kitty.
Oh shit! Is that Casper Van Dien?
Oh, what is it?
Skeleton Man.
Skeleton Man.
I've been
Oh,
waiting
you
for
can't
this.
watch that Exorcist movie with Robert Bronson.
Oh,
Well,
God.
now, Chris, you better be on.
I have to be on.
Skeleton Man, huh?
Dude, if I'm not here for
fuck is
Skeleton
this
Man,
shit?
it's got Casper Van Dien. You watch it, okay?
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
He's not in the cast.
What? Yes, he is.
He's on the cover.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Skeleton Man from 2004.
He is definitely not
Oh,
on
it's
the
from
cast list.
2004.
Yes, he
Oh god, this
is.
is gonna be terrible.
Dude,
he's not.
This is gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be like that movie that I love that you guys all hate, Horror Vision. The best fucking movie of all time.
Oh, boy. He's not even in the top cast list. So
Dude,
he's probably in it for like 10 seconds.
he doesn't need the glory, Spiv. It's fucking Casper Van
This is
Dien.
Paul's pick, according to Sean.
This is gonna be fucking great. All right, let's
Oh
check
my
out the
God,
trailer.
Look at that front. Look at
It's
the
better than
front.
Papyrus. It's
Oh.
better than Papyrus. Here we go. Oh shit, they got a house and everything. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Movie of the year.
Dude, this looks fucking awesome.
Everything's
all
breaking.
the fucking
Everything's
pottery.
breaking.
Oh!
Dude, that's that shot.
That's from the
that
other movie. That's from Ticker.
We all recognize it. That's
That's
crazy.
awesome. Somewhere there's some file footage of that barn blowing up.
Oh my god! Is Ice-T gonna show up at the very end of this
I
movie?
hope so.
One could only hope.
Are they going to use that chopper
Michael
exploding?
Rooker.
That's in
Okay,
every
we got
movie?
Michael Rooker. We got
What the fuck
What is this?
What is happening?
Okay, I don't want to see
Are they in
anymore.
a
I
dam?
don't want to see anymore. This looks insane.
this looks pretty good, guys.
Boy.
What is this on?
I believe it's on everything, like
It
Tubi
better
and
be.
shit. Skeleton Man.
That's fucking hilarious.
The explosion?
Yeah.
That is really funny. That we're all like, "Hey, that's from that movie Ticker."
know
Did that win movie? That was movie of the year, wasn't it?
It was. Distant runner-up.
Very
fourth place.
controversially.
Oh no!
They're all
Good thing AJ's
controversial.
Good thing AJ's not here next week. We'd never hear the end of it. Or wait, maybe he
No,
is here.
AJ
Well,
is here. It's you.
Oh yeah,
that's
good
not.
thing I'm not here. Which I'm gonna have to be here for. This is Paul Lilienthal's pick. He's a Patreon. A co-ed group of special force agents search the wilderness for a predator-type
A
creature that
co-ed
has been
group? What?
that's been on a killing spree of co-ed group. Wait, and then it
boy.
just repeats.
Wait, what?
Why does it repeat?
It's a lot of co-ed.
Yes,
Co-ed.
just all co-eds.
Whatever.
A co-ed group of special forces agents search the wilderness for a predator-type creature that has been on a killing spree.
All right.
Period.
Wow.
It looks like it's on Crackle and Plex and all that shit for free. It might not be on Tubi, but it might as well. No one can say at this point in time.
2004.
It has Casper Van Dien in not listed.
And Michael
it doesn't even have
Rooker,
Casper Van Dien
evidently.
listed. Where,
I told you.
He was probably like, get that shit off
why is he on the
my
cover?
Take me
IMDb.
off your list.
He's on the cover.
If you look at the full cast, he's on the very bottom. He is going to be in this movie for a scene.
He is the
it.
skeleton man.
Whatever. That's great. I love it. I'm here for it. That's what we're checking out next week, guys. I'm very excited. This has been a long time coming. Paul will be excited. I know he's been wanting us to watch this. If you want to get your movie on that, we'll go to patreon.com/badmovienight show. Sign up. It's like $2 a month. You get your access to the Slack. There's a bunch of bonus content. There's like literally hundreds of bonus podcasts, I think, at this point. We have the pre-show occasionally. Actually, it's here every week, but I think it's just weird and creepy now. Most of the time, it's just like AJ by himself for a while. Like,
Until
if you want,
someone
like,
else pops in.
it's like
Just watching
it's like-
trailers to
it's
awful,
basically
awful
like
movies.
AJ's OnlyFans, but like he doesn't get naked. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe he
He's
does.
just talks
Reads
about
awful,
doomer
awful
things,
news
so.
stories.
I mean, at some point we want to return to like a normal pre-show. It's just there's been we might have to switch days at
my
some point.
God.
We'll figure all that out. But there's tons of bonus stuff. Patreon.com/badmovienight show. That's it for this week's episode. Guys, we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go to the iTunes, leave a review, leave a like, leave a comment on this video, and send us a voicemail at bad-movie-night.com. All that stuff, that's your homework. And then As soon as you're done with that, you go on to crackle.com and you watch The Skeleton Man, possibly starring one Casper Van Dien in a cameo role.
Maybe. We'll find out if he shows up.
And then we will catch you here next time, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Bad Movie Night Podcast. The Bad Movie Night.